What up? What up? I hope you're all doing well. So, not everyone deserves power. So that's actually the subject of this video. It's yeah, it's a video about all my videos are about becoming a better person. But this video is about how one person can understand why maybe they're in the situation that they're in. And it is possible to turn it around. It is possible. It's not the end of the world. I'm actually an example of that. And the thing is that, a lot of people don't know how to handle power. And power comes in different ways. It could be money. It could be status. It could be attention. But unfortunately, most people don't know how to handle most of these things. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pretty much break down the reason why most people should not be in position of power. Yes, they can learn how to become more powerful, but if they had access to the power that certain people had, it would just turn into a fiasco. It would turn into a shit show, and it would just be self-destruction. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is that, you see, a lot of people, when they actually get power, especially when it comes easily, they don't even know what to do with it. So because they don't know what to do with the power, it's almost like they act like there are no consequences of how to use their power. And when you do that, well, you'll tend to go overboard. It's almost guaranteed that you'll go overboard. And you'll disrespect yourself, and you'll disrespect others as well. People that had no reason to be disrespected just because you think you're the king of the world, and sometimes you'll actually think like you're a god. That's how far it can go. And so what's gonna happen is you pretty much don't know what to do with it because it's too much power. You haven't developed the maturity to handle that power. And the thing is, with that, it comes to the second point I'm going to talk about, is that, and that's an issue a lot of men have as well, women too. It's not just men, but from what I've seen, it's men that have trouble handling that because of their egos, and I guess it's testosterone and the need to dominate. It's kind of I think every man has that in him. It's just that some men, they're less in touch with that side, which also, it's good to be in touch with that side, but you need to be able to control it. If it goes out of whack, then that's when you're gonna screw yourself up. But the thing is that, the second point is that most men will destroy themselves, literally, and others. So that kind of goes with the point where I said that you will disrespect yourself. It's that you're going to start doing things that are just not right for you. And you know deep down that it's not right, but you're just going to do it because you're like, I can do it. I have the power. Having the power does not mean that you have to do certain things. Having the power means that you have responsibilities, that you can be an example for others. That's why you have the power. So you can lead others into the right direction. Not to be using it like a fool, like a blinded fool, and think that you should be able to abuse of that power just to establish dominance. Yes, there are situations where you have to use your power. You have to make certain people understand that you're not to be messed with, but that's in situations where people try to disturb your peace, not in situations where everything is just going fine and you're coming in to just fuck everybody up. You can't do that. If you do that, and clearly the reason why you're doing that is because there's something wrong with you. So you need to go around and bully people or just crush people for no reason. That's not okay. And so that's the second point, is that you'll just destroy yourself if you're not able to handle the power. And now the third point I'm going to bring up is that power can get addictive. And actually, it's okay. Who doesn't want to get more powerful, right? It's awesome. It's just great. Like, I'm living it myself right now. Like, things are just getting better. I feel stronger, whether it's with my fitness, my finances, relationships in general. The power is just thriving. It's crazy. But the thing is, because I've done enough self-work to understand that, yes, it's nice, but first of all, learn to appreciate every power increase. But at the same time, don't become addicted to it in a sense that this is only your life goal to become more powerful. Because what happens is when you get into that state, because I've lived it in the past already, what will happen is that you're gonna start becoming like a dictator. You're gonna become a tyrant. Like, it's very dangerous when you start getting more powerful, because everybody's gonna look at you like, oh my God, you're so good, you're so great, you're this, you're that. I'm gonna tell you, as a man, meeting women is a joke. And, you know, I'm not saying in a way like women are below me. It's just that, like, it's easy to meet women. It's very easy to meet women when you reach that state. It doesn't become a problem at all. And this is where I actually tell, because I coach certain people, and my goal is to make sure that, like, and of course, like, I can't, like, you cannot save everyone, you know? But the thing is, my goal is to make men in their 20s understand that, like, look, you need to really work on controlling your hormones and you know, like, your thirst. Because I've told men that if I had the power I have today 10 years ago, oof, things would have been nasty. And already 10 years ago, I was a wreck. I did things like, you know, I was a mess. But if I had the power I have today 10 years ago, nah, like, and you know, there are guys out there that, like, in their 20s have the power that I have now, or even more, and you see what happens to them when they're not grounded. They lose themselves. They lose themselves completely. You know, it's all about getting laid left and right. They just want to, like, prove themselves that they're able to, like, stack numbers. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous, and it's gonna burn them in the ass eventually. So it's just to say that, like, yeah, you have to know how to, like, handle the power. Like, you can, like, yes, okay, you want to get more powerful, but always in a goal to be able to set a standard. Meaning, like, you want to be able to regulate others in a good way, not like use it to, like, just, like I said, lose yourself and do stupid shit, and then after you wonder why, like, shit hit the fan. You don't want that. And the last point I'm gonna bring, which relates to why not everybody deserves power in the world, is because when you're someone who reached high power and that you lose it, it will become extremely difficult for you to get it back. It will be very difficult. Why? Because it's all mental. It's because, first of all, what's going to happen is when you lose the power, you're going to be, like, questioning yourself. You're going to be like, how did I lose the power? Why am I in this situation? So you're going to ruminate about how the good old days, you know, when you were, like, powerful. So that's number one. So already there, it's going to mess you up. Number two, you're going to be impatient as hell with yourself, because you're going to remember where you used to be. And because you're going to remember where you used to be, you're going to try to, like, speed things up, because you're going to be, look, I've been there already. I should be able to get there even faster, which is technically true. But you're going to overshoot the speed at which you're going to be able to get back to where you used to be. And because of that, you're always going to hit a wall, because you're going to want to skip steps. You're going to want to, like, prove to yourself that you're able to beat that guy again. And you're always going to be stuck in that vicious circle until you become fully grounded, and you almost pretty much accept that, you know what, maybe I'll never be as powerful as I was once upon a time. But that's the magic. It's when you are actually able to accept the fact that you may never get this powerful again, and that you're just going to take it one day at a time, that you will be able to surpass the power you used to have. But that demands extreme maturity. Like, you have to be the most grounded version of yourself, and unless you become that guy, then you can forget becoming powerful again. You'll just become a guy that will watch other people become powerful and know how to preserve it. Now, with everything I've told you right now, I think it's pretty safe to say that, like, not everyone can handle power. Because guess what? Now I've explained to you what happens to people that reach power and then screw it up. Well, there's people, they can't even get to that first stage of being powerful because they're so impatient, they're so lazy, and you can be sure that these people, if they had power as well, they would completely self-destruct because they couldn't even get to that first stage of being powerful. But what happens in life sometimes is that people will have opportunities, they'll be lucky, you know, sometimes luck will be on your side. Or sometimes God will be like, you know what, let me give this guy a chance. Let's see if he can play his cards right. And then you forget about God, and you slip up and you fall backwards. So I hope this video, like, maybe gave you a wake-up call. That video is a wake-up call, because maybe if you're in a position of power, or if you're getting towards that situation where you're like, shit, things are just going way too well for me, this video is for you. It's a wake-up call. It's like, you got to be careful, because that power, believe me, you can lose it in an instant. And it sucks. When you lose it, it really sucks. And I don't want that for you. But if you want to maintain that power, you got to be able to do good things with that power and not, fuck around. So yes, if that video helped you, then you can leave a like. You can maybe in the comment section talk about a personal experience if you're comfortable with it. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future videos. So I'll see you guys very soon.